If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Let's talk about Logic's Ultra 85 album again. Now, this is an album that I've last talked about back in 2020, and then once again in 2021 when he tweeted something. We're going to go into all of it, in this video, but today, or like yesterday, he had a Q&A where fans could ask him on Twitter about, anything, really random questions. It's really fun to read through it, kind of get an insight into what's going on in Logic's life right now. But also there was a question concerning Ultra 85, of course. So today I wanted to go over what we have in terms of the history and the background on this record, and what this new answer from, Bobby himself will now mean for the release of Ultra 85. So let's jump straight into this. So we've been talking about Ultra 85 since like 2017, like back when he said that this was going to be the last album after Everybody, and that this was going to be the grand, opium for his fans. I mean, I found this article from April 2018, which just shows how long people were making theories about this and just talking about it. Now it's 2022. He's in the meantime retired, dropped a lot of more albums, so it's really crazy like that. And on his last real album, so on No Pressure, which dropped in July of 2020, back when that dropped, I also released a video going over why Ultra 85 will still come. And I went over, for example, a couple of parts on, the lyrics of No Pressure. For example, he talks about this more, that Ultra 85 shit, or at the end of the third to last track on there, Heard Him Say, we have an outro that says, "This concludes the No Pressure program. Ultra 85, welcome to the Ultra 85 program." All of this hinting at something still coming in terms of Ultra 85. And then kind of going into, what we know so far before this new answer from him came, was he dropped Bobby Tarantino 3 in the summer of 2021. I made a video back when that happened. And then on September 6th of the same year, he released a tweet that just read Ultra 85 2024, and this has been the pinned tweet on his Twitter ever since then. I've referenced this quite a bit in my video so far, and I said that this might actually be true. Looking at the release schedule, we still got Vinyl Days now coming out, we still have College Park coming out, we still have like a new Doc D tape coming out, all of that. And so 2024 might actually be a possible release date for Ultra 85. Back when he tweeted this, we were all laughing, yeah, come on, man, it's just a joke, because everybody's been talking about how Ultra 85 is never gonna drop. But then looking at the release schedule, it would have actually made a lot of sense. So the possibility of Ultra 85 still happening came back up, and he never quite negated that this album was actually gonna drop. Now fast forward until today, or yesterday, May 22nd. We had this Q&A with Logic on his Twitter. As I said, really interesting. Make sure you go kind of read through a couple of questions. Logic always has a funny response to basically every question. So it's just really entertaining to kind of read through it. So make sure you go do that. But one specific question came from a user who said at Ask Logic, or hashtag Ask Logic, that was the hashtag he did it under, "You will not be dropping Ultra 85 anymore?" And then Logic actually replied to this and said, "Nah, became something fans wanted more than me. Wasn't happy making, it wasn't fun anymore. So decided I'm not doing things that aren't fun. Didn't want to Dr. Dre detox myself." And this is really interesting. This gives us a lot more information on what's actually up with Ultra 85, and the answer is actually pretty simple. The simple answer might be, it's not coming out. But I think it's interesting to kind of see what's behind this and why he didn't want to do this anymore. We know that Logic's in this, headspace and creative space right now where he just wants to do whatever he wants. He's dropped the Dr. D mixtape, so we know he wants to do more like conceptual little projects, not be under the influence of a Def Jam, for example, anymore. That's why he's called them out so many times, and why he wants to get this last record, Vinyl Days, out quite quickly so that he can get out of his deal, just do whatever he wants. And this is also something that he referenced on this Ask Logic thread because someone asked him what he wants to do when he becomes independent, was the thing that he looks forward to the most, and he just replied with dropping tons and tons and tons of music, because that's what he wants to do. And he has so many unreleased songs, he has so much so many demos and all of that, so that's just what he's gonna do, drop a whole lot of music. And I think that's what he likes to do, and that's what is fun for him, and that's what he wants to focus on. Now also in this new episode of his life, being married, having a child, being a father, I think that's what he wants to focus on. And so working on something that doesn't fulfill him, I think he's above that. He doesn't want to do it anymore for the streams, for the commercial sense of it, basically just for the fans. And I respect that quite a bit, even though I really would have loved to hear Ultra 85. And he said that there were a couple of versions of it, and that No Pressure at some point was Ultra 85 and all of that. Now I also find the interest, the reference to Dre and Detox quite interesting. Detox, for anybody that doesn't know, is the third record from Dr. Dre, that was supposed to drop in, when was the original release date? 2002, 2004, and it just got delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and never really dropped. And it's just, kind of been this thing that fans really wanted from him. He always said, oh, it's coming. And by doing that, all of the speculations about it, all of the theories and hopes just completely skyrocketed into where he could not even meet them, even in their wildest dreams. And that's why this thing never came to be, because it would have disappointed everybody, because over the years, over the decades, everybody kind of made their own theory and their own mind up as to what the album should be like. And I can see the same being happened to Ultra 85. And so I don't think it's actually an unwise move of Logic to be like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. Anything that I would drop, people would be disappointed, because by now, after 5 years of speculation, everybody kind of has their own theory on what the album was going to be like. So anything I drop is just going to disappoint them. That's at least how I see it. But apparently Ultra 85 is not coming anymore. Logic says that he doesn't want to Dr. Dre detox himself, and that it's not fun for him to do, and that's why he won't be doing it. But of course, I want to know what you think about this now. What do you think about this decision from Logic? What do you think about him, being independent after Vinyl Days and dropping tons of music, as he said? What do you think about, where he's going to go in the future? What projects he'll do? What's fun for him? What really fulfills him in this new stage of his life? All of your theories on that, and if we'll get some sort of Ultra 85 eventually, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.